Hello and welcome to 3rd and 21. This show we do two things. Talk about college football, try to have a little fun. Talk about college football, try to have a little fun. Today is Wednesday, December 26th. We hope you had a wonderful Christmas. We are right in the middle of the thick of bowl season. What we're going to do next segment is have a rapid fire where the ground is going to bring bowl games to me. I'll go off the cuff, tell you what I think about those bowl games. But before we do that, let's go around the country, talk about some teams not in the KPI Top 12 in a segment we call hashtag THTD.
Thumbs up!
Thumbs up. Army goes all Army on Houston. 70 points. That is beating your arch rival, winning 11 games and a bowl game. Army is a team nobody wants to play right now.
Thumbs down.
Thumbs down. I always feel bad when a kicker misses a field goal to win or tie the game. It always makes me feel a little bit sorry for him.
Thumbs up!
Thumbs up. Appalachian State and Utah State both win their bowl games convincingly when their head coach had taken a different job and moved on. That says a lot about a program. Thumbs up to App State and Utah State.
Thumbs down.
Disappointed in San Diego State getting shut out in their bowl game. This is a long way from the team that challenged Stanford at the beginning of the season.
Thumbs down.
Hey, I'm on record, and I will double down on record. I am against playoff expansion. Here's the reason why. With enough players sitting out already, you want to add another layer of playoff games in there? No. 4 is the right number. You have to be excellent to get in 4. You might even be excellent and not get in. But I'm not a guy who just says no without a solution. What I would say is that you have to play major out-of-conference games early in the season, or you really get punished to go into the playoffs. If you want to call that a playoff game early, you can. For example, Georgia plays Notre Dame. That will be a playoff game. It's just not at the end of the season. No to playoff expansion. Yes to taking a quick break. And when we get back, we will talk about college bowl games.
Welcome to 3rd and 21, a show where we talk about college football and try to have a little fun. Where we talk about college football and try to have a little fun. Now back to you, Kemper.
All right, welcome back. Thank you, Jenny. Tell you what, let's talk about some bowl games coming up. But one thing before we get started, the hardest thing about bowl games is trying to find out which teams want to be there and which teams have already mailed it in. So with that, that's how my mindset goes into it. Let's talk about some bowl games. The ground is going to shout them out to me. I'm going to give you my thoughts off the cuff. Any bowl games starting after January 26th, December 26th.
Kentucky versus Penn State in the Citrus Bowl.
Cool game. Very cool game. I think Kentucky could take a really, really, really good season, make it a great season with the bowl win, really heavily rely on Benny Snell, versus Penn State that needs a bowl win for next year going out. They've still got a lot of young players at Penn State, so Penn State's going to be playing hard. Looking forward to this game. Wanted to take Kentucky plus the 7, but didn't do it. But looking forward to that game.
Mississippi State versus Iowa in the Outback Bowl.
Yeah, another cool one. Another one that you think of the quarterbacks. 2 really good quarterbacks playing, but I think both the defenses are going to be the story of this game coming up. Low-scoring game, hard-hitting game, like the defenses in that bowl.
Florida versus Michigan in the Peach Bowl.
Man, Florida's way ahead of schedule, so I think they don't got anything to lose. They are in a New Year's Six bowl, Dan Mullen's first year, way ahead of schedule. Michigan, man, they need this. Jim Harbaugh's got to coach and have Michigan ready to play because man, if they lose this, all the momentum seems to be gone. So, and they've got 4 players who are not going to be playing. We'll see how that shakes out.
Georgia versus Texas in the Sugar Bowl.
I think that, Texas is ahead of schedule. This is Tom Herman's second year, so they're getting on the right path. I think Georgia has much better athletes. Who's going to be fired up to get there? I think both teams will be playing hard, but Georgia should be at a level now where if somebody's not playing well, they could drop into second or third team starting off in the spring. So I think Georgia's going to play hard. 76% of Georgia's players are freshman or sophomore, so they still have a lot to prove. So I like Georgia there.
Clemson versus Notre Dame in the Cotton Bowl.
All season long, Clemson has been the second best team in the country. Really high level, but just something feels almost like Notre Dame, who is a quality team, is going to keep it closer. I just have a feeling. I don't really have any reason for it because Clemson does have the better players. A couple of suspensions to keep your eye on, but better players at Clemson. I just think Notre Dame's going to keep it a little bit closer. So, tell you what, all right, well, let's take a break, come back. We will go to Put Your Money Where Your Mouth Is and the ever-popular mailbag. All right, welcome back. Always want to say thank you to Butch Maxey and Maxey Homes. That's MaxeyHomesGA.com. Long on quality, short on drama. Let's go to Butch Maxey's favorite segment. That's Put Your Money Where Your Mouth Is. I pick games against the spread. We keep track all season long. How'd we do last week?
Well, last week you had 0 teams play that you picked.
I still love all my picks.
But you are still 31 wins, 28 losses, 2 ties, 53%. Last week you picked Washington State minus 3.5.
Right.
Vandy minus 4.
Right.
South Carolina minus 5.
Right.
And Northwestern plus 7.
Still love all 4 of those picks. Love them. And I'm going to add 3 more winners to them, starting with LSU playing UCF. UCF has a puncher's chance. Good athletes. They're going to be motivated to play, but they have not played a team anywhere close to the caliber of LSU. I think Ed Ogeron will have LSU motivated enough to play this game and cover 10 points. I think the athletes are just going to be more than what UCF can handle. Next up, Alabama plays Oklahoma in the college football playoff. Alabama, I believe, will score every time they get the ball. I don't think they will punt one time during the game. Oklahoma, what an offense, incredible show of offense, but it's going to run into a defense that they haven't seen before. Alabama makes enough stops to cover 14 points. I predict this game being a 45-28. That is minus 14 points, right? Yeah, 45-28 type game. Alabama covers the 14. And lastly, Texas A&M plays NC State. NC State is the quietest, really quality football team that's out there. They're just under the radar all the time. Their second best receiver and leading tackler are both sitting this game out. Texas A&M, with Jimbo Fisher trying to build the program up, is going to use this as a stepping stone. Take Texas A&M minus 3 over NC State, and that will get you to 7-0 with the other picks that I made last week. 7-0 in the bowl games coming at you. Let's move it over to the ever-popular mailbag. That's where you can write in. Ask me any question about college football. I will do my level best to give you a clear and concise answer, brought to you by our friends at On the Road Again Cars, ontheroadagain.cars.com. Quality used cars for quality people. First question.
Devin from Miami. Who do you think will win the Washington-Ohio State game?
Man, the Washington-Ohio State game. I love the Rose Bowl. Just looks like the colors of the Rose Bowl are different than any other game. I love watching the game. As far as who's going to win, I think Ohio State's going to really try to set Urban Meyer out with a victory. And I think their players are better, will shut down Washington's offense and score enough points to win the Rose Bowl. And a game I'm looking forward to watching. Next question.
Zach from Zanesville, Ohio. Will the loss of Dexter Lawrence affect Clemson's chances against Notre Dame?
Man, whenever you take an All-American out of the lineup, yes, that is going to affect you, no question. But if there's one area where Clemson can handle a loss is the defensive line. They're loaded at defensive linemen. But here's more concerning for me is, he's a leader on the team. He is a guy who, is a very popular guy who people are around, and not having that there is a little more concerning for me than the actual loss of an All-American defensive tackle. Next question.
Last week you kind of ducked this question, and Brandon wanted to ask you this again. Brandon from Doorsville, where is Justin Fields going to transfer?
Well, Brandon from Doraville, on the road again, cars. I don't know. I do not know Justin Fields. I don't know his family. But I will tell you this. I don't know why Florida is not getting it. He is the prototypical Dan Mullen type quarterback, big guy who can run and throw. I just hear Ohio State, which would be a great choice too. But if I was consulting Justin Fields, I'd say, hey, take a look at the Gators. Go down there. Hey, listen, let's go ahead and put a wrap on it. We've got one more show. We will come back next week and preview the national championship game. Until then, we thank you for watching. Please subscribe and like, and we will talk to you soon.
Hold on, step that way.
This was like a documentary on.
This looks just good.
Like right from back here, it just looks like we're interviewing you.
Yeah, this looks good.
That's all we're
I have
doing.
this, and then
Yeah, that's all we're doing.
hold on.